is Fields Auto Group Cubs pregame live.
Some late-inning walk-off drama last night has put the Cubs in position to complete a 4-game sweep of the Mets this afternoon. Travis Wood will try to lead the way in a matchup against fellow lefty Jonathan Nee's first pitch at 1:20 right here on Comcast Sportsnet. And good afternoon and welcome into the friendly confines, everyone, and into Cubs pregame live. Presented by Fields Auto Group alongside Todd Hollinsworth. I'm Chris Bowden, pinch hitting the next couple of days for David Kaplan. So, Holly, two teams with youth being served in very different ways. And so far for the first 3 contests, it's gone the Cubs' way.
Yeah, it's been a lot of fun. I mean, you come into this series, you're thinking some of the best young pitching in all of baseball from the Mets, some of the best young hitters from the Cubs, and it's been so much fun to watch. We've won out. You know, the quality at bats late in ball games, a little bit more offense, proving that our young hitters can hit velocity. It's been a lot of fun, but today's going to be a little bit different. You got a couple of crafty lefties on the mound, so the approach might be a little bit different today. We'll see where it goes.
And one thing that Joe Maddon, especially after last night's game, has emphasized is this team continuing to grow, continuing to believe. They win it in walk-off fashion. Not very common to get the walk-off walk, as Chris Coughlin did, but it's an important element in a team's a young team like this and their growth in learning how to win.
Well, it's understanding what a quality at bat is. I mean, you hone in on Chris Coughlin's at bat right there, and he had some great quotes after the ball game. You sit there back and say, listen, yeah, I want to be the hero. I want to come through with the big hit in the big spot. He wasn't given anything to hit, and that's really what the Cubs have been doing so well in this series and really this year, offensively speaking, is that when pitched to, they've looked to be aggressive. And sure, the strikeouts have gone up at times, but they've also recognized when teams have pitched around him. Chris Bryant's been a great example of that. Hasn't seen a whole lot to hit when he first got up here, and he's been very disciplined. He's taken his walks, and that's kind of affected the guys around him. They put together some quality at-bats last night and created that opportunity for themselves.
You ever been in that situation before where the game is on line, bases loaded, and you have to find that mental fence to sit on, not to be too over-anxious when you want to be the hero and try to be patient?
Absolutely.
As well.
It's a great question. I wish you didn't ask me. No, I was the guy that was going up there trying to, create some at-bats a lot of times. I was a first-pitch fastball hitter and too many times would get myself out looking to be too aggressive in those situations. So, again, tip of the cap. If you're not getting strikes to swing at, the discipline is to leave them alone.
For more on that situation, it was a continuing topic today as the Cubs reported for work for the finale of this 4-game series. Let's send it over to our Kelly Krull after the Cubs got their 6th last at-bat of the season. Good afternoon, Kelly.
Thanks a lot, Chris. Well, yeah, you guys talking about Chris Coughlin taking the walk to, of course, win the game last night, and following it said that he pretty much thought this was a game the team would have lost a year ago, and said he feels like this is a completely different team in the clubhouse right now. Keep in mind, 0-79 a year ago this team was when trailing going into the 9th inning. Joe Maddon also seeing the difference, talking about the veteran leadership in the dugout, saying there's a great vibe right now for all of these guys.
The way it felt yesterday is the way it's supposed to feel. I've been involved in, in some bad moments too, teams that really don't demonstrate that kind of want to, whatever you want to call it. But right now, for me, it's a very familiar feeling, how we feel right now, and how our guys are going about their business. So if in fact they're making those kind of statements, that's fine, but I want to get beyond that. I want this to be the expectation, is that we're going to do this. And we would not have done this in the past. This is what we're going to do right now, because this is how we play.
Well, Matt, not just alluding to veterans like John Lester, David Ross, Miguel Montero when it comes to the mindset change, but also the growth of guys who have tenureship with this team, like Starlin Castro, 25 years old, 3-time All-Star, has been showing a fair share of leadership and communication with not only Addison Russell there out in the field, but also himself, says Maddon.
The thing that I'm really impressed with is how he's leading himself, if that makes any sense. I mean, he's really been animated, and he gets upset with himself if he doesn't come through in a moment. If he makes a mistake, he's really holding himself highly accountable. And I think the other guys are seeing that, which I think that's where the leaders, I think it's starting with him, and then everybody else is noticing how accountable this guy has been. And beyond that, it's his relationship with the veteran dudes. He's like, we got some vocal guys right now, and there's a lot of exchange going on, but it's open and it's good and it's healthy. And I've not been around him before, but I just think he's very open right now, which I kind of like.
Castro will be hitting cleanup again today. And as far as health updates go, Joe Madden said Tommy LaStella on his way to AA Tennessee will play tomorrow, and he hopes to have him back and available very soon. Same with Neil Ramirez, still progressing. And as far as Chris DeNorfia goes, hasn't seen a whole lot of action with the hamstring yet. Chris?
Kelly, thanks very much. And Todd, the continuing theme of this series as well has been the Cubs starting pitching. Your top 3 starters are all in a row to start this series, and so far they have done the job, allowed just 5 runs over the first 22 innings that they have pitched. And Jason Hamill, the guy last night, got out of that jam in the first inning, kept it scoreless into the 6th against a pretty tough pitcher on the other side.
Well, and that's exactly what you've been looking for. You've heard Joe Madden talk about it, but you've got to understand how he's answering the questions from both angles. Sure, you'd love to get more out of your starters. At the same time, you're saying we need to get a few less outs out of our bullpen because we've had issues down there. And that's kind of what's going on right now. I believe, what do we got? 6 scoreless innings from the bullpen in this series, and it's because they haven't been overexposed. You're not asking guys to do too much right now. It really has fed into that. So that's the idea right now, is that if you get that length out of your starter, you're not overexposing your bullpen. You're not asking them to get 15 outs of a ball game. You're asking them to get 9, and in a lot of cases, certainly in this series, less than that, really around 6 or 7.
Yeah, and those starters really disciplined too. They've allowed just 6 walks, struck out 20 so far. We'll see if Travis Wood can continue that trend. You mentioned the bullpen, 8.72 ERA in that 2-5 road trip last week, and it's amazing how the trickle-down effect works from the starters into the bullpen. Let's talk about the guy on the other side, though. The Dark Knight certainly lived up to it last night. He is fully recovered from, that season, year-long injury last night. He came out firing, striking out 5 of the first 9.
Well, the one thing that really stands out about Matt Harvey, you've heard Ace. We talk about Dark Knight, what this guy represents when it comes to the Mets. The thing that impressed me so much was that the velocity was there, and we know he throws hard, was the fact that he went to his secondary pitches so early and was able to be effective in the ball game. That was the game plan. I think what Cubs hitters really did prove early in this series is that we can hit velocity. They did it against Syndergaard. They did it against DeGrom, and you thought, well, if Matt Harvey comes out and he starts to throw bullets early, Cubs could jump on him. He came out, he broke that breaking stuff off, that secondary stuff out early, and he established the tone a little bit in reverse, and the Cubs struggled with that a little bit. They had a few opportunities here and there. He made pitches when he had to, but that was vintage Matt Harvey.
And the Cubs played it perfectly, kind of played rope it up with the way Hamill was able to take the game deep and keep his team in it, and then you just kind of wait around for maybe that Mets bullpen, and that's exactly what happened.
Well, and when you go up against an ace, that's exactly what you're attempting to do, is keep that game close. Doesn't mean you have to have a 1-run lead going late, even if you're only down a run. That's exactly it. You keep yourself within striking distance when you go up against the game's best. And many of these Cubs hitters will tell you, Matt Harvey is one of the game's best.
Let's move ahead to today's DraftKings pitching matchup. Today it will be Travis Wood. And what's the old real estate thing? Location, location, location. Well, it's a good location when Travis Wood is here at Wrigley Field. Not so much when he's on the road. 2-0, .29 ERA at home this season. 0-2, 7.71 on the road. A little trouble with the long ball the last few days. 6 home runs in his last 4. But the good thing is he is back in this ballpark against a team that's really having struggling.
Well, and I think this is going to be a good opportunity. Travis, obviously, his 2 starts, as you said, great here at the ballpark. He's got to keep the ball in the air, which he throws a lot. He's a fly ball pitcher in the air, not out of the ballpark, and that's the key. And it's favorable conditions today. I mean, listen, this Mets lineup, they're hitting, 191 in the series. They've only scored 5 runs. They don't have a whole lot of momentum coming into today. They're looking for a change. They're looking, okay, give us the lefty. Give us the, somewhat of a soft tosser by definition. We've struggled with the other guys, and they're looking to get going. But I look for Travis today to be aggressive. He's been outstanding here in his 2 starts. And like I said, we talk about the kind of contact that he gets. I mean, this isn't Travis going out and striking 15, but if he's getting pop-ups to the infielders, short fly balls to the right fielder or the left fielder, you're in a good spot. Travis is doing exactly what you want him to do. We just got to make sure that those balls aren't leaving the yard.
The first 3 Mets starters in this series, those are the young guys getting all the hype. Somewhat overlooked is today's starter, another left-hander in Jonathan Nees. He has been strong all season long. His ERA is better than the rest of those guys at $1.95. Just 1 earned run. He struck out 11 in his last year.
Yeah, and what's really impressive about him, like I said, I mean, we've watched 3 right-handers all throwing 95 plus. John Nees comes in, he's 88 to 90, throws the cutter, curveball change. You're going to see that all. Doesn't have a great history against the Cubs, 5.16 ERA. But here's the kicker, ladies and gentlemen, fans. 74 ground ball outs to 20 fly ball outs. He's kind of the opposite of Travis. You know, we say their arsenals are similar, but he gets different results. He commands the bottom of the strike zone. So look for the Cubs today. You know, that ball's probably going to be a little bit more on the ground than it is going to be up in the air. We've had some long ball power. They're going to have to create offense. They're going to have to build some innings today.
Time for our first time out here on Cubs Pregame Live, presented by Fields Auto Group. When we return, we'll take a look at today's Cubs lineup. A couple of changes in that starting nine. Also, we'll discuss the kid who got it all started. The comeback started last night in the 8th inning, Addison Russell. That and more when we return on Pregame Live.
Cubs Pregame Live is presented by Fields Auto Group. Fields matters because you matter. See Fields first. FieldsAuto.com.
I think it's the Fields family, frankly. I think they get it. They understand what it takes to make people happy.
It's what we do, including our amenities program, which is absolutely free and includes free car washes and loaners. Fields matters because you matter.
They employ that every day at every level, in the sales, in the service, in the coffee bar, everywhere you go within the Fields organization. They make you feel like you matter.
For Fields Auto Group locations, go to FieldsAuto.com.
Everyone builds dream houses. But when you dream, you close your eyes. That's why you need a guide. To see if it's too close to the train. To line up a good school. And remind you of the cost of a pool. With a RE/MAX agent, you will see how much better than a dream home the right home can be. RE/MAX. Dream with your eyes open.
At Discount Tire, we'll get you the right tire at the lowest price for your vehicle. Get a $70 Visa prepaid card when you buy any set of 4 Michelin tires.
They're filling all the potholes on Oak Street. About time. Is he gonna go or what? He's picky.
Love really is loveliness. I didn't mean to cry.
Me either.
When you have a BMO Harris Bulls debit MasterCard, it's like the team is always with you. Apply for yours today. BMO Harris Bank. We're here to help.
In a sense, I guess it's kind of like laboring, right? You know, you're beating up your body one way or the other. So I guess we kind of share that bond.
Well, you know Andrew Shaw's blue-collar approach with the Blackhawks. Tonight you'll meet his older brother Josh, who's brought that same work ethic to the Wrigley Field renovation. Our Pat Boyle has that story about the Shaw brothers, Ivy and Ice, on today's edition of Sportsnet Central here on Comcast Sportsnet. And perhaps we should have shown Josh and brought him over here for a little breakdown of this matchup between the Cubs and the Mets. Cubs looking for a 4-game sweep of the Mets. The last time they were able to pull that off, August of 1992. This New York team 5-9 after their 15-5 start. Back on Pregame Live with Todd Hollinsworth. I'm Chris Bowden. Let's go to the Cubs lineup today. Brought to you by Wrigleyville Sports. A couple of changes in it as we alluded to. Heading into our break, Rizzo and Bryant flip-flop from last night due to the lefty on the mound. Starlin Castro hitting cleanup. A couple of new faces in that lineup. And Wellington Castillo, his first start since last Tuesday in St. Louis. He's had 4 or 5 pinch hitting appearances since then. And Matt Caesar, who has gone 0 for 9 at the dish since his recall, also in the lineup today with a lefty on the mound. He'll play left field. But there in that 9-hole, Addison Russell. And Todd, you look at his numbers, kind of pedestrian. 267, 2 homers, 9 runs batted in, but he has reached in 16 consecutive games. He had a double last night against Matt Harvey, and then when it was all on the line, crunch time in the 8th inning, he gets things started last night.
Well, you know what? When it comes to Addison Russell and his approach, I don't think I could honestly give enough credit to what he's done in the 9-hole in the lineup. I mean, I don't think people realize how difficult that actually is to pull off. I mean, you're not pitched to an awful lot. You're not getting nearly as many at-bats at the top of your lineup. I mean, basically, you're not hitting till the second or third inning, your first time through. So, again, great place to break him in. I really do hope he evolves and probably finds himself in a different spot in the lineup because I believe he's going to be a game changer one day. But as far as a young player, the youngest player fourth youngest player in the National League right now, actually at the big league level, he's really adapted to what's been asked of him in that situation there in the 9th spot in the lineup. Continues to use the entire field. But the one thing that stands out is the confidence. The confidence right now is rising with Addison Russell. He looks like he's in control of those at-bats, and he's executing a game plan when he's in there.
And defensively, it seems like, just to move to second base, he's only been there for, what, a month, 6 weeks or something like that.
Wow.
And it's been smooth as silk, picking things up quickly. I know he's putting in a lot of work beforehand, but it just seems second nature to him.
Well, it really does. And, again, even more credit goes his way when you think about changing a position. I couldn't even fathom it. It was difficult to go from left to right when I was. You're thinking, well, you're just in the outfield. To think to go from short to second, to have your double play partner, Starlin Castro, working in sync. And sure, there's been some bumps along the way, but the improvement is absolutely recognizable. And over the last 2 weeks, these guys are starting to become familiar with each other. They look more comfortable with each other. And Addison Russell clearly is in the big leagues to stay.
Caps Hall of Famer Chris Bryant did not homer for the 4th time in 5 games last night, but he did manage to get another hit. And it was the hard way. It was the effort way, and it's something he's been doing. This time for the 3rd time in 6 games, he beat out an infield that legged one out. Again, 3rd time in 6 games. And for a guy with all the hype and everyone's talking about the power, he is respecting 90.
Well, respect 90. You know what? Here's the thing. Chris Bryant has been scrutinized since the minute he's gotten here because of who he is and what he's accomplished in his minor league career, in college, where he got drafted. I mean, we add it all up, and even the highlights of his long home runs. I mean, the one thing that, to me, really that's impressed me the most is that hustle. And it's it. Listen, he's a young guy proving himself at the major league level, but young kids are watching Chris Bryant play this game the right way. I mean, you hear Joe Madden rave about it. You hear his teammates rave about it. It is. It's just that simple. I'm going to play hard from the minute this game starts to the minute it ends, and I'll walk away from it, and I'll show up tomorrow and do the exact same thing.
All the more reason to like the kid. Time for another break here on Cubs Pregame Live, presented by Field Auto Group. When we come back, we'll talk about one of the defensive plays that was maybe overlooked as key to that win 2-1 last night over the New York Mets. Joe Madden looking for his 800th career win. If he gets it, or whenever he gets it, he's 8th on the all-time current managerial list of present skippers.
Sports Authority is proud to be the official sporting goods retailer of the Chicago Cubs. Sports Authority, all things sporting good.
Out here, there are no cheat codes, no avatars, no magic stars. This does not require an operating system or a username or password. And there will not be better versions of these games coming out next year. There's nothing like the good of sport. This spring, shop the brands you love, plus thousands of items on sale now. Sports Authority, all things sporting good.
Wow, bear season was incredible, but it was absolutely freezing. So Wrigleyville Sports helped me warm up for bull season. They were on fire all year long. Then came the Blackhawks, and they got hot too. But now the boys of summer are back, and it's time to head to the south side. On second thought, it's a perfect day to get some sun in the bleachers.
Honda is about to do something remarkable. We've made the rear view camera a standard safety feature on every single vehicle in our 2015 lineup. Any car, any trim. Because we can all benefit from a better view of the road.
The new 24-foot boats from Yamaha. Redesigned for 2015 on a longer platform. Powered by reliable Yamaha jet propulsion. Now with a patented handling package for immediate steering response, advanced technologies, and a quiet, smooth onboard experience that's more spacious. And packed with everything you expect from the #1 brand on the water, Yamaha.
A massive earthquake has rocked the people of Nepal. Thousands are dead and critically injured. Scores of suffering
After losing 7 of their previous 9, Cubs in a position to get a 4-game sweep. Travis Wood on the mound, trying to finish it off today before the Pittsburgh Pirates come to town. Time now for Built for Business, presented by Comcast Business. And before we take a peek at the Mets lineup, we want to talk about the guy at the top of that order, the Chicagoan, the UIC product from TF South, Curtis Granderson. In 12 career games at Wrigley Field, a .349 average, 1 homer, 5 runs batted in. So far this season, hit in .234 with 3 homers. 10 runs batted in, drawn 22 walks, still a patient eye at the plate so far in this series. 1 for 6. This is one of those guys who can do a lot of things. He's been an all-star, played on winning teams, and one of the veterans that some of these young players can look to, isn't he, Sam?
Yeah, he's an interesting, situation here with the Mets. It's even what his role is supposed to be. He's supposed to be the top of the lineup and more of a run producer. I mean, you think back to his days with the Yankees, he was a home run hitter, 100 RBI guy. Here he is with the Mets at the top of this lineup. He's done a very nice job getting on base. 350 on-base percentage this year. He will take the walk, definitely has some power, but still looking to get on track just a little bit. He's had some moments this year and a bit of a slow start in April, but Granderson's going to be a big reason why I firmly believe that the Mets are probably going to be a wild card team this year. So keep your eyes on them, and I think Granderson, as he does, you'll probably see him at the top of the lineup and more in the middle of the lineup when they get that figured out just a little bit better.
As we take a look at the Mets lineup today, he is at the very top once again and still playing center field. Usually he's in right, but their center fielder, Juan Lagares, missing a 3rd straight game with a strained right side. And you mentioned their wild card possibilities. They're going to have to get a couple of guys back, regulars back in this lineup in order for that to happen. Because right now, Lucas Duda's hitting .289. The pitcher Nice is at .273, and no one else in that lineup today is above .241.
All right now they're basically what I would call a momentary offense, and that's kind of how you have to defend them. I mean, they're not going to put, as I was telling you a little bit earlier, you're not going to look at a team and say, well, they were 2 for 15 with runners in scoring position, because they're not going to create 15 opportunities. Honestly, they're just not good enough right now. And, frankly, you got to respect the guys in the middle of the lineup. Dyer's a run producer. So is Duda. We've watched him hit a home run in this series, and he puts together good at-bats. The guys at the top really do stand out. The opportunity here for the Cubs is just that. This is a struggling offense. Step on them. Don't let them back up again. Don't give them any momentum. And for Travis Wood going up against them today, that's going to be the key early in the ballgame, is attacking these guys.
Let's check out the NL Central standings. It is still the St. Louis Cardinals sitting on top by 5 games over the Cubs, whose 3-game winning streak has put them 3 above 500. I saw Matt Holliday last night get plunked by Corey Kluber in the 2nd inning. X-rays were negative on that left elbow, so he is day-to-day. But Pittsburgh coming in at 17-17. They're at Philadelphia this afternoon. Also at 500 are the Reds. So the Reds and Bucks a game and a half behind the Cubs coming into the action, and all 4 of those teams behind the Cardinals at 5-5 in their last 10. We got ourselves a taffy pull in this.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Well, you know what? The Pittsburgh Pirates have been playing better baseball. That's one thing you have to kind of keep your eye on is with the Reds. And we look at those records sometimes as we get farther and farther into the season. You start to realize, oh, well, they're kind of hanging around 500. Well, don't forget, last time we saw the Pirates, they were about 3 or 4 games under 500. So they have been playing better baseball. Andrew McCutchen's starting to swing that bat just a little bit, and they've been scoring a few more runs. So again, this is probably going to be a little bit of a good test, I would say, for the Cubbies, as this Pirate team, many projected to win this division.
Let's revisit one of the unsung plays from last night. Came on the defensive side, and everyone's raving about the job that Anthony Rizzo has been doing at the plate so far this season. But top 7, Mets with a man on first and 1 out. Matt Harvey pops up his sacrifice bunt. Rizzo could easily catch it, but he lets it drop, and that develops into the 3-6-4 double play because Dilson Herrera had to hold up at first in case Rizzo caught that.
Yeah, and Harvey didn't run out of the box. Here's the one thing that really stands out. I mean, it's just a fantastic play. Obviously, turning the double play right there, letting the ball go down. But the one thing that really stands out, I was thinking back to an Arrieta play in Pittsburgh, where you had a runner stranded off third base. There was a throw over to third. They were able to get that out and actually get out of the jam. The one thing that I've really felt about the Cubs this year is that pace of the infield defense, the willingness to actually take the risk and make the plays. They're doing that so much better this year than in previous seasons, where sometimes those plays would happen and we're worried about little flips to the first baseman not working out for us. They've been very, very good about this. There's definitely a bit of a swagger out there, and it's fun to see because this young infield is really coming together.
Time for a final break here on Cubs Pregame Live, presented by Fields Auto Group. When Todd and I come back, Todd will hand over his 3 keys to victory in the series finale against the Mets. You're watching Cubs Pregame Live on Comcast Sportsnet.
Come on, everybody. I think this is my grandson.
Little girl, you look so lonesome. I see you all feeling blue. Come on over
A strong business needs to be connected. Elk Grove Village is home to a community of over 3,600 companies. It's surrounded by highways. Its freight rail served. And its next-door neighbor is the world's busiest airport. So when it comes to being connected, we have options. Elk Grove Village. Makers wanted.
Nissan gave a lucky few the ride of their life in the 2015 Nissan Altima.
Where am I going? Where am I going?
Nissan Altima with blind spot warning and up to 270 horsepower. Get the ride of your life at your local Nissan store. Choose Altima with 0% APR financing for up to 72 months or get 0% financing for up to 60 months on road. Offers end June 1st. Shop ChooseNissan.com. Nissan, innovation that excites.
Choosing from the $4 menu is not for the indecisive. Incredible values await. Behold the original double steak burger meal. The taco salad and chili cheese footlong meals. The garlic double steak burger meal.
What's that sound, Master?
Kung Fu elbow. Try it.
The $4 menu, where all meals are under $4 at Steak and Shake.
The year-long salute to Ernie Banks continues here as this homestand continues. The series finale against the Mets. 120 first pitch coming your way right here on Comcast Sportsnet. Todd Hollandsworth, Chris Bowden heading down the home stretch. Cubs pregame live presented by Fields Auto Group. Time now for Todd to hand over his keys. His Fields Auto Group keys to the game.
Well, hopefully another Cubs victory and a Cubs sweep. All right, here we go. Attack the strike zone early. We're going to talk a little Travis Wood here. Now, again, you know, we went at him hard. We have with the rotation. Travis obviously struggled a little bit on the road. But it's not, you know, really what I'm talking about here is not waking up those bats. You know, the Mets are looking for a spark, you know, something to get going offensively. They're looking to avoid the sweep, and I think they're going to be on their game, and you kind of pair that with Travis and some maybe the struggles he's had on his last few starts on the road. Come out throwing strikes today. Keep these guys down. That's the idea. Use that fastball. Use that cutter. Attack these guys. It's not a deep lineup. I think there's some outs here. And like I said before, keep those pop-ups on the infield, in the field of play. Avoid that long ball. And I think he's going to have a solid one here. A lot of success here so far this season. All right, number two, slightly different approach. Now, for the Cubbies on offense, you got Harvey, Syndergaard, DeGrom. You're thinking, okay, hard-throwing right-handers, 95, 98 miles an hour. That will not be the case today with John Neese. John Neese, 88 to 90 miles an hour, throws a changeup, throws the curveball, throws the slider, and the fastball, the sinker, but keeps it down. He lives at the bottom of the strike zone. They're going to have to change their approach. I love to talk about this stuff. Staying inside the baseball today, lefty or righty. If you want to elevate a good sinker ball, you've got to stay inside it. Use your off-field, use the middle of the field, and I think the Cubs today are probably going to have to build some innings, not rely on that long ball. And finally, bullpen matchups. Easy one to get to. We've talked about it in this series, how the bullpen has not been overexposed. Let's keep with that theme. It's really worked for us. You know, if you get down there and you're saying, okay, we can piece together maybe an out or two in the seventh, get to Strope, get to Rondon, we'll be in good shape. It's a formula that's working right now. Let's not mess that formula up.
Very good. All right, who you got for your key performer today?
I'm going to go Matt Caesar, and here's why. You know, we talk about a ground ball pitcher in Nice, some speed, some opportunity. I think he's going to have a big day. You know, it's easy to kind of gravitate towards the big guys in the middle of the lineup. I'm going to go with a guy who's getting a spot start.
If Todd's going out of the box, I'm going to go out of the box, too, with another spot starter. In Wellington Castillo,
Very
2
good,
for 5 for his career against Jonathan Neese. We'll see if his first start since last Tuesday in St. Louis, whether Welly can come through in the catcher rotation. Wind blowing in over the right field wall. This Cubs team has drawn 17 walks so far this series. Been very patient. Let's see if they can be the same way against Jonathan Neese. Todd and I heading back to the station. We'll see you for Postgame Live immediately following the final out. For the here and now, let's send it upstairs to Len Casper and Jim DeShays. Guys?
Oh, thank you very much, Chris. We've got a wardrobe malfunction.
Got a bad collar thing
You doing
going
all right
on,
there?
man. I'm just freaking out.
Another game, another day, and no reason to not be greedy, right? 4-game sweep in the mix.
Absolutely, yeah. And it's all about the pitching so far for the Cubs in this series. Travis Wood up today. He needs to dial up a good one. He's been scuffling lately. But the starters have led the way. They've taken pressure off the bullpen. They've got some clutch hits. Last night they got a clutch walk.
Yes, they did. Let's check out the highlights from a very frigid Wrigley Field last night. And another excellent pitching matchup, Harvey and Hamill. Jason Hamill actually left the game trailing, JD, but one of his better starts.
Yeah, and he certainly deserved to win. He pitched well. He was a little struggled with his command a little bit early on, but he pitched around a jam in the first inning, and then in the middle innings had a situation where he was able to minimize the damage, hold the Mets to just one run. That proved to be critical. And you see the Mets scoring here on the ground ball. Granderson comes home. Offense, obviously, a problem in the ball game last night for both clubs.
Boy, nice heads-up play here. Thinking the game. Anthony Rizzo catching Matt Harvey, not hustling down the first base line. They turn 2 and keep the game at 1-0. So they get into the 8th and they get in to the Mets bullpen. Carlos Torres in. Dexter Fowler the base hit. Addison Russell, we'll hear from him in a second, scores the tying run. 9th inning now, a struggling Jorge Soler, maybe a little over-aggressive against Jeuris Familia. He strikes out. But then Chris Coghlan, how about the patience here to take the walk?
Yeah, and talking with Joe Madden earlier today, he said because I was watching Coghlan to make sure he was breathing. You know, high pressure situation. Sometimes that heart rate gets up a little bit. Coghlan showed great patience, worked the walk, Cubs win, and there's that starting pitching in this series that I alluded to. John Lester solid in his start, and then Arrieta and Hamill just spectacular the last 2 nights.
And the side benefit of Arrieta and Hamill the last 2 nights is that you had a bullpen that struggled on this last road trip, so you kind of help them out too.
Yeah, that's, Joe's word is thick. He goes, my bullpen is thick today. He's got a lot of available arms out there because of the lack of work for the bullpen the last couple of nights.
Addison Russell has locked down the 9th spot in the Cubs order, and he's made a fairly smooth transition from short to second. Kelly Kroll caught up with the 21-year-old second baseman.
Mainly just switching levels, basically. I played shortstop my whole entire life and then played 5 games at second in the minor leagues, and then basically learning how to play second at the big league level, you know. So there's a lot of challenges. The footwork, communication between the shortstop, because I know me as growing up a shortstop, my range is kind of like aggressive, you know, and that's the way Castro is too. So you have two really like shortstops, I believe, but they have shortstop range, you know. So that's a good thing, I think. Yeah, just communication, the footwork, and knowing your angles. I think right now, at this moment, I'm settling in at second pretty nice. I'm confident. I'm not there yet, but I'm still learning. So I'm happy where I'm at right now.
Do you feel yourself sometimes when you watch Starlin doing something, feeling like maybe you should be doing it?
Yeah. Sometimes, you know, we talk about that one day Starling mimicked Bryant. You know, I feel like I need to get on that too.
You do that sometimes as well. Now, what about coming off the bat? Is that a big difference? Because I mean, different side of the field. I would think so.
Yeah. Generally, me playing short, for some reason, I step with my right foot and it's kind of back. But whenever I play second, for some reason, I have a feeling I want to step across my body first. It's just a different angle, and the ball comes off the bat a little different. The ball gets on you a little quicker, so you have more time. And I'd say that's probably about it.
Now, I don't know how much you know about a year ago, but I mean, this team wasn't exactly great if they were behind in the 9th inning, okay? But this year, they're already showing different signs of that. Do the guys talk about it all, the difference of the vibe in this room? Can you feel it? Does anyone even say anything about it?
Yeah, you know, every game we go with a mindset of we're not going to quit, and I could definitely feel the vibe this year. You know, everyone's fighting, everyone's trying to compete, everyone's trying to do their job to help the team win, and that's a great thing to have.
Good stuff from Addison Russell. We'll talk with our Cubs insider Patrick Mooney as we get you set for the Mets and the Cubs coming up.
This Cubs injury report is brought to you by ATI Physical Therapy. Taking physical therapy to a higher level. Ask your doctor about ATI Physical Therapy. Get there.
They really pride themselves in the fact that customers are number one. They come first, and they want to make you feel welcome and comfortable.
They're kind of a step above and beyond all the other competitors.
Fields is a great place to buy, and also the service.
It's what we do, including our amenities program, which is absolutely free and includes free car washes and loaners. Fields matters because you matter.
It's not about the word free. It's the way they deliver it and what they deliver.
For Fields Auto Group locations, go to fieldsauto.com. Then see Fields first.
Everyone builds dream houses. But when you dream, you close your eyes. That's why you need a guide. To see if it's too close to the train. To line up a good school. And remind you of the cost of a pool. With a RE/MAX agent, you will see how much better than a dream home the right home can be. RE/MAX. Dream with your eyes open.
Chicago's favorite spot for prime steaks, the freshest seafood, and world-famous Florida stone crab. Come on down to Joe's.
At Discount Tire, we'll get you the right tire at the lowest price for your vehicle. Get a $70 Visa prepaid card when you buy any set of 4 Michelin tires.
Come on.
I thought you measured.
I did measure it. Just take the cushions off.
They are off.
Moving is frustrating, but moving your DirecTV isn't. Simply call before you move, and we'll bundle DirecTV with internet and home phone services for one low price. With this added value, moving has never been more rewarding. The DirecTV Movers Deal. Call and ask about all the benefits today.
Kerwick Home Builders take pride in building affordable homes with special attention to style and detail. Whether you're a first-time home buyer or empty nester, Kerwick Home Builders will take the time to get to know you, then offer a floor plan that's just right for you and your budget. Choose from a variety of residential developments that combine the best of small-town life with easy access to urban amenities. When you're ready to start building your new home, call the experts at Kerwick Home Builders or visit kerwickhomebuilders.com.
Follow Patrick Mooney, our Cubs insider, all season long on Comcast Sportsnet, brought to you by Nationwide agent Jeff Vukovich. Visit Jeff at jeffvuk.com. Nationwide is on your side. Here with our Cubs insider, and Patrick's been an interesting series. The Cubs pitching staff has allowed 5 runs in the first 3 games. Everybody came in, including us, talking about the Mets pitching.
Yeah, the Mets pitching has been hyped not just by us, but nationally, and I think, you know, Jason Hamill said that's just the New York media. That's kind of how it goes, but obviously the Cubs needed this after that really kind of brutal road trip when you saw the bullpen get exposed, not getting any length out of the rotation. And obviously if the Cubs keep, pitching like this, it's going to be a pretty interesting summer here.
Just strategically, I think there's a lot to talk about with Joe Maddon. He's unconventional, we know that. But how about taking Anthony Rizzo out for a pinch runner, and it paid off?
Yeah, he says second guessing, bring it on. He loves the barroom banter and arguments, as he called it. And he said, wanted to put the ball in play. Obviously, Caesar there, is a better runner than Rizzo, even though he's probably a better base runner than he gets credit for. And it obviously worked out in the end. If it didn't, they had Coughlin ready to go move over to first base.
It's a pretty dynamic offense right now. Even when one guy struggles, it feels like other guys are picking him up. The guy struggling right now is Jorge Soler.
Yeah, it's nice that he has been able to blend in a little bit, and we're not talking about him every day, but it's gotten to the point where you are talking about him. I believe he leads the National League in strikeouts, and when the Cubs signed him out of Cuba, though, that was kind of the biggest drawing point, was how patient he was, his understanding of the strike zone, and obviously all these physical tools that Joe Maddon still calls him a monster in the making. He said how this guy has #1 overall type talent. I think you're going to see that eventually, but there are going to be stretches like this where he looks a little lost, a little frustrated.
I know you got some quotes from Jed Hoyer the other day about the Mets and the Cubs and how they kind of match up with young players. The Mets pitching heavy and the Cubs offense heavy.
Yeah, and obviously everyone runs with Starlin Castro. That's not part of this equation, you know, that we were talking about. The Mets, you know, don't particularly like Starlin in terms of, you know, just his overall game. They're kind of from like the Moneyball school, and they want a little more play discipline, a little more power. And that said, the Cubs aren't looking to move Starlin. That they're a team that they think they're in contention. They really like the way Starlin has improved his focus defensively, and they do think he's going to get hot. And, you know, it's the same as it was heading into this year. He's someone who made 3 All-Star teams before his 25th birthday, and I think people forget that just because they take it for granted because he's been around so long.
All right, Patrick Mooney, our Cubs insider. Check him out, CSNChicago.com, with all the up-to-date Cubs news. And the pitchers today, it'll be Jonathan Neese, a left-hander for the Mets. Travis Wood will go for the Cubs. We'll have Cubs baseball coming up here on Comcast Sportsnet.
Honda is about to do something remarkable. We've made the rear-view camera a standard safety feature on every single vehicle in our 2015 lineup. Any car, any trim. Because we can all benefit from a better view of the road.
Out here, there are no cheat codes, no avatars, no magic stars. This does not require an operating system or a username or password. And there will not be better versions of these games coming out next year. There's nothing like the good of sport. This spring, shop the brands you love, plus thousands of items on sale now. Sports Authority, all things sporting good.
The myth, the man.
Have fun.
The best of the Dan Patrick Show, weekdays on CSN Chicago.
Who's with me? Are you kidding me? Come on this side of the glass and say that to me, you little punk. I can't believe they let us do this show.
Catch the best of the Dan Patrick Show today at 4:30 on CSN Chicago.
Seriously, I can't.
Field is well known for day baseball, and that's what we featured today here on Comcast Sportsnet. Overcast skies, temperatures warming up a little bit. A mild day here at the ballpark as the Cubs go for a 4-game sweep over the New York Mets. And great to have you with us, as always, Jim DeShays and Len Casper. Travis Wood will take the ball for the Cubs today. They've got an excellent starting pitching in this series, and you know he's looking for a good one. The last two on the road, not so good.
Yeah, it's been a tale of two cities for Travis Wood this year. Cities being Chicago and every other city. At home, he's been really good. He's only pitched twice in this ballpark this year, once against Cincinnati, once against Pittsburgh, but really good 7 innings each time. He won them both with a 1.29 ERA. Pitched twice on the last road trip, once in St. Louis, once in Milwaukee, and really struggled. So he needs to get things turned around. In those 2 games here in this ballpark, he was very aggressive with his fastball. Through strike 1, pounded the zone, fastballs early. Let's see if he can get back to that here today.
We'll look at some more of the numbers on the opponent today, Jonathan Neese. But interesting to note, JD, of all their starters, he has the lowest ERA.
Yeah, 4th best in the National League, 1.95 ERA for Neese. He's like Wood in that he's a finesse pitcher, but unlike Travis Wood, he's much more of a ground ball type pitcher.
All right, lefty day here at the ballpark as we wrap up this series. The Pirates come in for the weekend starting tomorrow. The Cubs go for the 4-game sweep next.
Announcing your local Ford dealer's Memorial Day All-Star event. Time to save big on America's best-selling brand. Now for a limited time, get almost any Ford car with 0% financing for 60 months. Plus on select vehicles, get $750 cash for qualified Ford and competitive owners. And get $500 to $1,000 bonus cash. Plus $500 EcoBoost cash on equipped models. Save big on a fantastic lineup of fuel-efficient All-Stars. But only for a limited time. So hurry. The Memorial Day All-Star event ends June 1st.
And here we go, folks.
It's your favorite hot dog bun, mustard, and overpriced watered-down beer.
Are you sure you want to eat all that? Because you already weigh more than your team's batting average.
Let's just toast to our anniversary. Oh no, it's corked.
Let's just watch the game. I tweeted all of your friends to come over, but I guess no one showed up, just like at Mobile Phone Park.
That's okay. I invited one of your friends too.
There's a long drive and it's out of here.
Give a real anniversary gift this year. Escape to the Champagne Lodge in Willowbrook, just 25 minutes southwest of Chicago.
Now playing on DirecTV Cinema.
When you woke up this morning, I bet the first thing you did was check your phone. But every time you log in, you're no longer in control.
What does this guy want? No claim, no statement.
We're facing a nuclear meltdown.
China, no Chicago.
The real hit is still to come. This is only the beginning.
Black Hat. Now playing on DirecTV Cinema. Movie start at channel 125.
What's that you say? You need something new to discover in Wisconsin? Well, join me and the rest of the Discover team every week on this station for vacation ideas and fun facts about our great state. Then follow us across all these social media channels to discover even more. Did you know every month we give away an exciting vacation, like to Manitowoc? Just visit discoverwisconsin.com for details. Saturday mornings at 10 on Comcast Sportsnet.
Cubs baseball on Comcast Sportsnet is brought to you in part by your Chicago area and Northwest Indiana Lexus dealer, who invites you to test drive a Lexus today. Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Illinois, through it all. AT&T Uverse. Find out what's possible with AT&T. Call 1-800-PIC-ATT, mobilizing your world. Ford. Check out America's freshest lineup at your local Ford store or at localfordstores.com. And by Southwest Airlines. Book your low fare now at southwest.com.
Welcome back to beautiful Wrigley Field, where the Cubs last swept the Mets in a 4-game series in 1992. It's been a while. Mets lead now in the National League East is down to just a game and a half. Cubs are 5 games behind the Cardinals, who continue to struggle offensively in Cleveland. Trevor Bauer shutting them out into the 7th, 1-0 Indians. As they play that game late, only 4 hits for St. Louis so far today. Let's get the Mets Southwest starting lineup against left-hander Travis Wood. Curtis Granderson's going to lead it off and play center with Juan Lagares still day-to-day. Dilson Herrera plays second. Lucas Duda. Good 2 home runs runs coming off John Lester Monday night. Michael Kadire in left cleaning up. John Mayberry Jr. is in right. Wilmer Flores, the shortstop. Former Cub Anthony Recker will catch. Ruben Tejada, for the first time in his pro career, will play third base, with Neese, the pitcher, hitting ninth.
And the Cubs afield today. Matt Caesar gets to start in left. Fowler and Soler center and right. Brian Castro, Russell Rizzo third to first. Wellington Castillo gets the starting assignment behind home plate this afternoon. Our Lexus Pursuing Perfection starting pitcher is Travis Wood. 2 up, 2 down through 6 starts with a .496 earned run average. 2-1, 334 in his career against the Mets.
Everybody getting a chance to work home plate in this series. Finally, with Jordan Baker today, Fletcher, Meals, Emmel around the bases. Now we are ready to go. Travis Wood very prompt today, and a strike called on a fastball at 88 on Granderson. Could not hold up. 2 strikes. So we've seen the wind out of the southwest, out of the northwest, out of the north, and now the southeast. We've covered just about all the directions.
Win for the cycle here in this 4-game set. So appears to be a helping wind to left field. Keep an eye on that. Travis Wood, an extreme fly ball pitcher, so he'll be trying to keep that ball away from the right-handed hitters. Either that or in on their thumbs, so get some weak contact. That's his game plan. He goes east and west pretty well with fastballs and cut fastballs. Mixes in the occasional curveball and changeup. A slide piece.
Anderson in the air out into right center. Fowler is on the spot. 57 degrees, but it feels a lot warmer than it did last night because of the wind direction.
And also, I believe it was 43 degrees at first pitch last evening.
So yeah, the temperature itself is warmer, and that shift in the wind.
Yeah, the feels like is even better.
Herrera swings and misses. We've seen him down near the bottom of the Mets order, but batting second today. Mets have dropped their last 6 in a row in this ballpark. They got swept in 3 here last year. Not scoring runs. 3 or fewer in 12 of their last 15, and only 5 total so far in this set.
And just not a lot of firepower in this lineup, especially with David Wright gone. And boy, what a start for Travis Wood. He's had that long winning streak earlier and been really good in their home ballpark. Struggled on the road.
They had a 10-0 homestand. So now Lucas Duda batting third today. 4 for 10 in the series, and he fouls out of play. Wood's last 2 starts came on the previous road trip, and he allowed 6 runs in each and went a total of 9 innings at St. Louis and Milwaukee. But his 2 home starts have been good ones, both wins coming here at home. 7 innings, no runs against Cincinnati. 7 innings, 2 runs versus Pittsburgh.
Good cutter there. Yeah, and you look at his pitch selection in those 2 starts here in this ballpark. He threw fastballs much more frequently than he did in his road starts. I don't know if that's just the way he was feeling that given day, if it was because of the lineups he was facing. Maybe the wind was blowing in here and he felt more comfortable attacking.
Short center, and it'll drop in front of Fowler. And Duda will have a 2-out single.
Yeah, he can really spin that wedge. Wanted to make sure he was below the hole. That ball had all kinds of funky spin on it.
Well, Michael Kadire, the left fielder. Still searching for that hot stretch. Rizzo holds on Duda. And Kadire swings at the first pitch and sends it in the air to right, where Jorge Soler will put it away. The Cubs will come to bat in a scoreless tie, just getting started here at Wrigley.
SMR indicator to helium.
And there they are, 57 million miles from Earth.
How does it look? Here I go. Roger.
Now he's exited the module, and we are one step from Mars.
Never miss a moment. Get live TV on the go included with AT&T UVerse TV.
If you had touchscreen navigation, a rear-view camera, and a panoramic moonroof, where would you take it? The 2015 Mitsubishi Outlander Sport, now available with an adventurous 2.4-liter engine. Lease an Outlander Sport now for $179 a month.
The experts at Binny's Beverage Depot can read my mind. They can even read my signs. You can't find it at Binny's, it's probably not worth drinking.
Unboxing something great never gets old. 2 helpings of juicy, thick-cut marinated steak inside of a grilled cheesy quesadilla with a side of chips and salsa. The new Steak Double Dia. Unbox it only at Taco Bell.
Mets with a hit, no runs in the top of the first. Cubs coming up, and if today's Cubs leadoff man gets a knock, Binny's Beverage Depot will donate $100 to Make-A-Wish, Illinois. Let's see the 9 in the Cubs Southwest starting lineup. Fowler, Rizzo, Bryant at the top. Chris Bryant hitting third for the second time in his young career. Castro, Castillo, Soler occupy the middle. Caesar, a rare start at left. Wood and Russell to round it out.
No Lagares, that means Granderson gets center field. Take a look at the rest of the Mets defensively as we go along here. There it is. Mayberry in right, Kadire left, Tejada, Flores, Herrera, Duda on the infield. Anthony Recker behind the plate.
Well, the CSN orchestra just could stop and then restart.
Fire it up, boys. We should play a whole game with that music in the background. And the Lexus starting pitcher for the Mets today, Jonathan Neese, the crafty lefty.
Fowler sends one in the air, and Mayberry on the move makes the catch. Nice running grab by John Mayberry.
Fowler from the right side hits this ball with authority. A good break by Mayberry, and now #1 recorded.
Now Anthony Rizzo hitting second today. Leadoff single in the 9th last night before being lifted for a pinch runner. Matt Caesar scored the game-winning run. On base 3 more times last night, 68 times this season, leading all major league players. Not only would a win today complete a 4-game sweep, it would be Joe Maddon's 800th managerial victory at this level. Rizzo grounds out to Herrera. Twice the interim manager of the Angels, 754 wins with the Rays, and 18 and 15 to start his Cubs career. Chris Bryant bounces foul. Cubs aggressive here early against Neese.
Neese gives you a lot of different looks. He's not a hard thrower. Fastball in the upper 80s. Hey, talk about different looks. How about that guy? He's Ivy.
His first name Mike.
poison. And Nice will, he'll cut his fastball. Good curveball, real good changeup. He's getting ground balls at a much higher rate this year than he ever has before. Cutter in on the hands of the right-handed hitters, gets a lot of ground balls with his curveball.
He's from Defiance, Ohio, 7th round pick, 2005. Debuted at this level in 2008.
Despite that 1.95 ERA, he's kind of flying beneath the radar. So much attention put on Matt Harvey, understandably so. Bartolo Colon's been a great story for them. The seemingly ageless one. Noah Syndergaard making his major league debut here the other night. This just goes out there and makes one good start after another. He's allowed 1 earned run or less in 5 of his 6 starts.
Big leg kick, and the 2-2 is bounded foul.
Who are the ERA leaders, you might wonder?
It's a good question.
There you go. Greinke, Burnett, Miller, Nice, and Scherzer. All below 2.
Swing and a miss, strike 3, and Nice makes quick work of the Cubs in the first. 0-0.
Someday you won't need all of this space, and you'll miss their raisins all over the place, sandy beach toys and splattered sunscreen. So enjoy the journey and the melted ice cream.
The Infiniti QX60 and the QX60 Hybrid with best-in-class combined fuel economy. Lease the all-wheel drive Infiniti QX60 for $399 a month. Visit your local Infiniti retailer.
Flour-pressed soap, homemade hot sauce, artisanal pickles, whatever those are. Well, we're glad handcrafted is finally cool. Because at Firestone Complete Auto Care, we've been handcrafting since 1926. Robots might build cars, but it takes human hands to keep them running right. And that's a guarantee, backed by our fixed right promise. Firestone Complete Auto Care. Whatever you drive, drive a Firestone.
Right now, Verizon is offering unlimited talk and text, plus 10 gigs of shareable data. Yeah, 10 gigantic gigs for $80 a month and $15 per line. More data than ever for more of what you want on the network that's #1 in speed, call, data, and reliability. So you never have to settle. Now also get $200 when you join and buy a new smartphone. Stop by or visit us online and save without settling, only on Verizon.
We welcome you back to Wrigley Field. Scoreless here, top of the second, and Joe Maddon's club looking to sweep his good friend Terry Collins in the Mets this afternoon. A couple of the old school, new school, silver-haired statesmen, if you will, managers in the league. And these two go back a while, as you see from the picture, in the 90s. Coached together with the Angels. Joe Maddon, the bench coach for Terry Collins. And he spoke about him earlier this week, just still saying they're great friends and talks to him quite often, and is so glad to see this Mets team kind of turn it around and him now having some success. But certainly a small baseball world, isn't it, guys?
Yeah, it is. And Joe, it seems like every team we play, there is some sort of personal connection. As John Mayberry Jr. steps in, we're in the second, 0-0. Mayberry 0 for his last 19. Ahead in the count here. 2 balls, no strikes. And it is interesting, JD, that these are the 2 oldest managers currently in baseball, but working for a couple of pretty forward-thinking organizations. And I think that's instructive for all you young would-be managers out there. Remain open-minded.
Yeah, and it's becoming more and more of a young man's game, it seems, right? Some of these new managers without a lot of experience or without any experience being hired.
Fowler will get it.
Not that many of the older statesmen, Jack McKeon types, Jimmy Leland. Those kind of guys. Not as many of them around. Well, you know, Bruce Bochy, pretty progressive guy. Evolve or die.
Yeah, right.
Survive. Will you be my hero? That's from a TV commercial.
1-0 on Flores. By the way, you got your collar figured out yet?
No.
There's some concerned fans watching.
No, just so you got this. It's a double. This thing is too flappy for whatever reason, and then it just didn't work.
It looks awkward.
Good day to bring the kiddos to the ballpark. Make sure you bundle up. It's a Cub fan for life right there.
1-2 on the way. Another ball in the air. Caught by Russell. A couple of minor league notes for you. One is not terribly surprising. Billy McKinney is moving up a level with West Darville. So they go from high A Myrtle Beach to double A Tennessee. And how about this kid, Gleyber Torres? He's only 18 and off to a great start with South Bend, hitting .336. He had 3 more hits yesterday. Keep an eye on Gleyber Torres. Anthony Recker, line shot, home run to left. The ex-Cub burns his former team. He wasn't a Cub for very long. Only 9 games in 2012. Only started this series and making an impact.
Well, he wasted no time. We talked about Travis Wood and his success being aggressive with that first pitch in his home starts. Here he tries to get the jump on Recker, and Recker ambushes him. Cut fastball has stayed out over the plate. Home run number 1 for Recker. 7th one allowed by Travis Wood. In his brief time with the Cubs, Recker did catch Travis Wood on 1 occasion.
So Recker was 3 out of 17 before that home run. So his first homer, first RBI. And 2-0 on Ruben Tejada, playing third for the first time in the minors or majors. I guess a little bit of third in spring training. Now ball 3. Was that a Kate Upton commercial you were referencing?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay. High strike, 3-1.
Well, that's the old adage, right? When you have a tall umpire, you're going to have a high strike zone. We'll see if that's the case. Jordan Baker's about 6'6", 6'7". I think he's the tallest umpire working these days.
Walked him. And we'll bring up the pitcher Nice, who's 3 for 11 to start his season.
That's frustrating walk there. You can see the look on the face of Travis Wood. He's not happy about it. Tejada not a dangerous hitter. You want to be aggressive with him and have Nice leading off the next inning.
The lights are on because of the overcast conditions. A comfortable day here at the ballpark. Light jacket weather. One and 2. Pitch. It's outside. Pirates come in tomorrow for the weekend. They're trailing at Philadelphia 4-0 in the 5th on their getaway day ball game.
Hey, there must be an advanced scout. Or he just missed the calendar, messed up on his calendar by a day. Hendricks locked tomorrow. Lester Cole on Saturday. Arrieta Burnett on Sunday.
He's gone full now on the pitcher Nice. Anthony Recker with a 2-out homer. The walk to Tejada. Here it comes. Runner goes, and we'll do it again.
So I'll have to get some video to corroborate this. It looks to me like Travis is working further to the first base side of the rubber than I'm used to, and maybe just the way he's coming set. You know, he always kind of closes off, but in that last one he really had that front foot kind of closed off towards the first base side even more than normal. And I could be all right. It could be just my mind, but that's what it looks like to me.
This will be the 8th pitch of this at bat. Called strike 3 to end the inning. His second punch out. Recker with a home run. It's 1-0 Mets. Some good eats here at the ballpark. We'll be back.
Checking 2 bags? That'll be $0 extra. Want to change your flight? $0 for that. Live TV? Tack on $0. Everyone who flies Southwest knows 0 adds up to a lot. Book your low fare now at southwest.com.
Little girl, you look so lonesome. I see you all feeling blue. Come on over to my place. Hey girl, we're having a party. We'll be singing, dancing and singing. Come on over tonight.
Nissan gave a lucky few the ride of their life in the 2015 Nissan Altima.
Where am I going? Where am I going?
Nissan Altima with blind spot warning and up to 270 horsepower. Get the ride of your life at your local Nissan store. Choose Altima with 0% APR financing for up to 72 months or get 0% financing for up to 60 months on road. Offers end June 1st. Shop ChooseNissan.com. Nissan, innovation that excites.
2 oil changes for the price of 1? That's $14.99 each. Just ask at CarX.
Sunday night, check out an all-new episode of Beer Money presented by Coors Light. Watch fans test their sports trivia knowledge as they try to win big Sunday at 7 on CSN Chicago. Best of luck to the Bulls tonight as they try to push the Cavs to Game 7. And happy birthday to that young Cub fan. Strike called on Starlin Castro. Gleyber Torres had 2 more hits today. Batting now .339. And out at first, as we mentioned, Tejada playing an unfamiliar position, but he does get Castro for the out. And so South Bend an early game already today. Dropping an 8-6 decision to the Lansing Lugnuts.
That's a good name, eh? The Lugnuts.
Yeah, great logo too. Kind of a scowling Lugnut. which doubles as the T in the name of the team. Wellington Castillo hasn't played a lot. This is only his 7th start. He's 1 out of his last 12, but that dates back to April the 28th. So the pattern that has developed essentially is that he has faced left-handed pitching when John Lester has not started. And has been one of the top pinch hitters when he hasn't been in the lineup.
Yeah, and there's value, obviously. It could be because he is good against left-handed pitching. Just the fact that Joe Madden has that third catcher, it gives him options in terms of pinch hitting and pinch running and things of that nature as he manages his way through a ball game. So even though the number's not good for Castillo, he's provided some value in a limited role. And, you got to hang in there and make the most of your opportunity and try to press for more playing time just based on your performance.
Full count offering. It's popped into center. We've seen a lot of lazy fly balls here early.
It's just
both
tough.
sides.
It's tough for Castillo now because Ross is going to catch Lester. I mean, that's that pairing that we knew that was going to happen. And so Montero is going to get the lion's share of the at-bats against right-handed pitching. And Montero, I mean, he's been so good lately. Hesitant to give him a day off against any right-handed pitching.
Now Soler, the right fielder, batting 6th. Rough night last night. 2 strikeouts, 2 double play balls, and 4 trips. He does lead National League rookies with 35 hits. Foul tips for strike 3. Nice back-to-back 1-2-3s to start his day, leading 1-0.
Who says desirable can't also be responsible? With 46 standard safety features, the Lexus RX is proof that fun can be good for you. Lease the all-wheel drive 2015 RX 350 for $399 a month for 36 months. See your Lexus dealer.
This copyrighted telecast is presented by authority of the Chicago Cubs and may not be reproduced, or descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Chicago Cubs.
Fix your eyes on perfection.
With National Tire and Battery's conventional oil change, we rotate your tires, check your battery, and visually check your brakes, all for $19.99 plus $3 disposal fee. Plus, now get the lowest installed price on tires guaranteed, including the Michelin Premier AS tire. Even when worn, they still stop shorter on wet roads than leading competitors' brand new tires. National Tire and Battery. That's all you need.
Hey, welcome back, everybody. We're heading to the third here. Anthony Recker home run as the Mets on top 1-0. Cub fans, let's go. Don't miss all the excitement this season at Wrigley Field. The Pirates are back in town tomorrow for the start of a 3-game series. Tickets are available for all 3 afternoon games. You can get your tickets at Cubs.com. Curtis Granderson, Southside Chicago native,
He fly to center to start the game. Lefty versus lefty, and a strike called on a curve. On the ground foul past former Cub Tom Goodwin, Mets first base coach. It's a great surname. All wins are good.
Sir Goodwin.
Travis, 28 years old, second round pick of the Reds in 05 out of Bryant, Arkansas. Debuted with Cincinnati against the Cubs July 1st, 2010, and was really good. 7 strong innings. Another foul by Granderson.
And he's been really good against his former team, and throughout his career with the Cubs, he's been awfully good against that Cincinnati ball club.
Yeah, his first 3 major league starts were pretty interesting. At Wrigley Field, July 1st, 2010. He got a no decision, 7 innings, 2 runs. Then he pitched at the Mets and could not get out of the 5th inning. Then his 3rd major league start, 9 innings, 1 hit, no runs in a no decision. Facing Roy Halladay, who went 9 innings and gave up no runs. The Phillies would win that game in extras. Line shot. Soler will chase it down. Granderson will be held to a long single.
A nice play by Soler, hustling over to cut that ball off the bat. It looked like it may be a double, but nice to have an athlete out there in right field like Soler who can get after the ball and has that big strong arm as well. I'll check back on him a little bit. He handles it. Keeps the double play in order.
In that 3rd career start, Wood actually had a perfect game until giving up a Carlos Ruiz hit in the 9th inning. One and one on Herrera.
Herrera, just a kid. Put up some very impressive numbers in the minor leagues, high batting averages.
Two is a little bit wide. Mets will host the Brewers this weekend in New York. The one outside, that one much closer. And it's full 3-2.
Little backdoor cutter trying to clip that outside edge. Could have been. Herrera was hitting .370 down at AAA Las Vegas. He hit .340 at AA Binghamton last year.
Runner going, and that ball rolled foul. I think you'd hit 240 in that ballpark, though. You spent a lot of time in Vegas.
Gosh, yeah, that's a hitter's paradise. I mean, that league to begin with, the PCL, is a great hitter's league, and that ballpark is a bandbox.
Anderson not running this time, and the ball is popped into right field. And it'll be Soler for the first out.
Well, with a lot of pitchers, you count the ground ball outs, and if a pitcher's piling them up, you say, oh, he's having a good day. He's getting a lot of outs on the ground. For Travis Wood, it's just the opposite. When he's getting a lot of outs just like that, that's when he's at his best. It's kind of been the case so far today. A couple of punch outs, everything else in the air.
One out in the inning. And a strike on Duda. So we look around baseball. Nobody has won more than 3 in a row. Cubs on a 3-game win streak. So are the Angels. There's one team that's really cold, and that's the Colorado Rockies. They've dropped 11 straight. And just to add injury to insult, their manager, Walt Weiss, had to have an appendectomy yesterday.
Yeah, well, they've had a bunch of snow. They've had rainouts. The manager going in for emergency surgery. They got to a pretty good start. Remember, and everybody's, hey, maybe the Rockies are better than we think. Nope. Now the Troy Tulowitzki rumors are starting to bubble up again.
Well, he's been connected, those rumors, to the team the Cubs are playing today.
Apparently he was going to have a meeting with his agent yesterday, talk about whether he should ask for a trade or not.
2-2 now to Duda.
And it's not like the Rockies would have to accommodate him, but I think it's, in the past he said, I want to stay here. He's their franchise player, and I think, the question is, would he be willing to move on? I don't know what it's. I'm guessing he has a no trade clause in his contract.
Called strike 3 to send Duda back to the bench. That's the 3rd strikeout in as many innings for Travis Wood.
Duda got him last time, a little flare to shallow center for a base hit. This time Wood wins the battle with a good heater over the outside corner. Well placed, 90 miles an hour. Duda caught looking.
One and 0 on Kadire. Anderson started the inning with a single. Well, there are 2 outs. He's still at first.
Yeah, they don't try to run much on Travis Wood. Lefty, who is so quick to the plate. He's quick to the mound too. From dugout to mound, he's one of the fastest in the league.
It's a nice late adjustment.
That's a pretty good pitch right there.
2 balls and a strike. Soler coming on, and that will do it. Leadoff single, no runs. Bottom 3. Mets 1, Cubs nothing.
Honda is about to do something remarkable. We've made the rear view camera a standard safety feature on every single vehicle in our 2015 lineup. Any car, any trim. Because we can all benefit from a better view of the road.
When a day's work was mining for gold under the frozen ground for 12 straight hours,
happy hour had a whole new meaning. And when the men sat down for their banquet, Mr. Coors brought a beer worthy of the occasion. A beer that's still known as the banquet beer.
Swing and a miss, strike 3. All strike 3.
After every Chicago basketball playoff game, change the channel to CSN for Kia Bulls postgame live. Get emotional locker room reaction from the players and Coach Thibodeau. Plus, join Mark and Will on the set as they break it all down. After every game on Comcast Sportsnet.
Hey, welcome back this Saturday. It's tomorrow, isn't it? No, it's Saturday.
Today is Thursday.
Yeah. Anyway, Cubs play the Pirates at 3:05, and if you're one of the first 20,000 fans, you're going to take home a reusable tote bag presented by the MLB Network. For more information or to purchase tickets, visit Cubs.com.
Yeah, I'm a little messed up too. Today feels like a Friday. Matt Caesar bounces back to the mound, and Neese will throw him out. Neese is an Ohio native. The date of his birth, October 27th, 1986, happened to be the same day the Mets won the World Series. Not too many people know a lot or remember much about Game 7 of that World Series, and it's funny how that has played out a lot in baseball history. It's Game 6. It tends to be the crazy one, right?
That was the Buckner error game, of course.
That was the Buckner game.
What was Game 7 all about? I don't remember.
I don't either. I don't have any details. I'm just saying.
See, you're just proving the point.
I'm
that we don't
proving the
remember
point.
Game 7.
It was 8-5. And the Mets won that game.
I remember that part.
Yes. Nice sliding grab by Granderson to rob Russell of a hit. It was McDowell over Schiraldi in that one. Nicely done by a guy who normally plays right.
With an 11% rebate on everything, Menards gives you the freedom to save on anything you choose, including sale prices. All Orbit Eco-Lock Quick Connect fittings and tubing are on sale. Plus, get an additional 11% rebate. This Fold and Go portable gas grill from Coleman is on sale. Plus, with an additional 11% rebate, it's only $29.98. That's savings on top of savings. Hurry in now, because Menards has an 11% rebate on everything.
Save big money at Menards.
If you have moderate to severe rheumatoid arthritis like me, and you're talking to your rheumatologist about a biologic, this is Humira. This is Humira helping to relieve my pain and protect my joints from further damage. This is Humira giving me new perspective. Doctors have been prescribing Humira for 10 years. Humira works for many adults. It targets and helps to block a specific source of inflammation that contributes to RA symptoms.
Humira can lower your ability to fight infections, including tuberculosis. Serious, sometimes fatal infections and cancers, including lymphoma, have happened, as have blood, liver, and nervous system problems, serious allergic reactions, and new or worsening heart failure. Before treatment, get tested for TB. Tell your doctor if you've been to areas where certain fungal infections are common, and if you've had TB, hepatitis B, are prone to infections, or have flu-like symptoms or sores. Don't start Humira if you have an infection.
Talk to your doctor and visit Humira.com. This is Humira at work.
Tomorrow from Wrigley, the Bucks are prepared to plunder, but Chicago stands poised to push Pittsburgh back. So head to the Crow's Nest and watch the drama unfold, starting with Cubs pregame live, presented by Fields Auto. Cubs, Pirates, starting at 12:30 on CSN.
You already know Andrew Shaw's blue-collar approach with the Blackhawks. Tonight you'll meet his older brother Josh, who's brought the same work ethic to the Wrigley Field renovation project. The Shaw brothers, Ivy and Ice. I like that. Tonight on Sportsnet Central at 6:30 and 10. We've had Ivy and Ice in the same sentence here, I think. Some cold nights.
Yeah, and we got Ivy sitting down there. There he is.
Looks like he needs that Ivy on top. 1-0 Mets as we play the fourth. So game 7 of the '86 series actually was a day later than originally planned due to rain. Did you remember that?
No, sir.
Lined and caught by Bryant. Boy, Mayberry can't get a break. He's now 0 for his last 21. It's good to be tall.
Would say, yeah, way to be tall out there. Tall and agile. Mayberry's an out.
You know who would know a lot about Game 7? Probably more than anybody in this ballpark.
Ronnie Darling.
That guy, because he pitched in that game.
Timmy Tuffle down there coaching third.
Yeah. We don't really remember much about the gold medal game in the 1980 Olympics. We remember the miracle on ice. We remember Carlton Fisk's home run in the '75 World Series, even though the Red Sox didn't win the series. We remember that iconic home run.
Chopping it fair going down the line.
Yeah. Somebody should write a book about Game 6. You could probably make it in other sports too. So there were some big Game 6s.
Yeah. Well, we lost to the Mets in Game 6 of the playoffs in the division series, or the LCS, excuse me, in '86. Some calling it the most exciting game ever, the 16-inning game.
Right. That was in Houston, correct?
Yeah.
Flores punches this one foul.
And Mike Scott all lined up to go in Game 7. Had a 3-0 lead going into the 9th. Mets rallied. Went on to beat the Sox. So maybe they were a team of destination, as Charlie Kerfeld would say.
Two on the Mets shortstop.
And a bit of a, I don't know if shortstop controversy is the right term, but a little debate in New York the last couple seasons, Tejada versus Flores, or should they go outside the organization?
Another ball squared up, and it will go. It's 2-0 Mets on a couple of solo shots. Recker in the second, Flores here in the fourth.
A little surprise party down towards the bottom of the Mets order. Flores does have some pop. He homered here the other night. That's number 5 for him this year. He finished strongly for the Mets last year, and that's kind of why he was the leading candidate to claim that spot this season. He's gotten off to a slow start, but there's some pop in that bat. And Ford home run replay for the second time today. Has been working in that slow curveball a little bit more frequently this year than last. He's taking a little off it too, flipping it up there at 67, 68 miles an hour. Just give those hitters something else to think about. And a lot of times, if you command that pitch, it's a free strike one. Guys go up there looking for a fastball. Don't necessarily go up looking slow curve, and if you can throw for a strike, you get the jump on him.
Recker again, deep left, Caesar back, gone. Anthony Recker's hit 2.
Yeah, the old adage is that solo home runs won't beat you, but if you give up a bunch of them, they sure will. And that's the third one today for the Mets. Record came in with none.
First 2-homer game of his major league career. Well, that's just too tasty a pitch on a 2-0.
Yeah, just too much of the plate. It looked like he was trying to turn something over to get it to run away. Just didn't get the movement he wanted.
And as I mentioned, Recker was very briefly a Chicago Cub, 9 games 3 years ago. These are his first 2 career homers at Wrigley Field. First Met to hit 2 in a game this season. Anthony Recker. Wouldn't be your first choice, would it? He doesn't play that much. That's number 1, but probably say Duda or Dyer, Granderson. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Let's check in with Kelly Kroll.
Well, guys, prior to those long balls, we saw some nice hops out of Chris Bryant there at the hot corner. And I know John Lester taking it in here on the top steps of the dugout. He got to see it the other night down at the knees. Chris certainly flashed in the leather. And he said after the game, that's what's impressed him most. Not his hitting, his defense over there at 6'5". You know, he said, I wasn't sure coming in. But one of the things Lester went on to say was that when he made it up to the majors, he said, I was naive to the game of baseball. And it's incredible to him, these young guys here with the Cubs organization, how much they know about the game of baseball. And he said it's a credit to the organization, but certainly liking the defense out of number 17 here today.
And I think, Kelly, it's a rarity to have 21, 22, 23-year-old kids who do have the aptitude that these prospects have.
Yeah, well, because usually those guys are in the minor leagues until they prove that they can play the game and not just hit the ball and catch the ball, but have an understanding of how to play the game in terms of positioning, base running. Some level of baseball IQ is needed.
Been a tough go for Travis Wood. He's allowed 3 homers. They have been solo shots. Cubs down 3-0 in the 4th.
Tom, what can I help you find today?
We are repainting, but our kids are tough on walls.
I totally get it. You need Valspar. It's our best paint. It'll stand up to the wildest play days.
That is exactly what we need.
Do not hit your brother.
And you know, with the Valspar color guarantee, if you don't like the color, you get a new one free.
What?
Wow.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Change color for free?
We've been doing that for years. Hey, Val, check it out. Hey, Val.
I see you, honey.
Getting help at the paint studio at Ace is like going to your neighbor.
Ace is the place with the helpful hardware, folks.
The switch to T-Mobile is on. Even Verizon customers are seeing the light. T-Mobile has America's fastest 4G LTE network. From the Bay Area to the Big Apple. And more data capacity per customer. Need one more reason? Get 2 lines of unlimited 4G LTE data for $100. Save without settling on America's fastest 4G LTE network.
Need more time!
You only get a handful of minutes to start a new life.
We gotta go!
Keep looking! He's gotta be here!
He's coming!
So you grab what you need to get you through.
Oh, there it is.
I'm gonna go have our baby now.
Hey, keys! I'm so nervous.
Here's your chance to step up to the plate for Chicago's kids and support Cubs charities and the Wood Family Foundation at the inaugural Battle of the Bats Charity Home Run Derby on Thursday, June 18th. Join Kerry Wood. He's going to pitch in the championship round, and Cubs alums as you swing for the fences here at Wrigley Field. Registration and information are available at Cubs.com/derby. John Neese with a sub-2 ERA He has no-hit the Cubs, hasn't given up a base runner through 3 innings. So second time through now. Fowler deep to left, into the corner, and gone. A home run. They're on the board. It's solo homer day here at the ballpark. 3-1.
Nice response here to get things started in the bottom half of the fourth. Fowler has been better from the right side of the plate in his career than the left. Provides a little spark for the Cubs. Got the hands pulled in as Neese tried to crowd him with that cut fastball. That's into the well. Or over the well, I guess.
Yeah, the new group area out there in left field that opened on Monday night. Two balls, no strikes on Anthony Rizzo. And Rizzo gets hit. For the 10th time already.
Now, his knee is in the strike zone, and when he picks up his front leg, I mean, he's just giving Neese nowhere to go. Basically daring these pitchers to come hard in on him. Anthony hit by a pitch yesterday, also was intentionally walked. He singled to get things started in the 9th. He continues to do his thing. Only Matt Holliday with a better on-base percentage in Major League Baseball than Riz.
First guy to get to double digits and hit by pitches. And ball 1 on Chris Bryant. Long way to go. We're only in the 4th. Popped him up. Long run over. Herrera makes a catch. They would have gotten it out either way because Rizzo could not stray too far off first. That's the first out of the inning. Here's Castro. That's double play depth around their infield. Everybody back, including Tejada at third, and Castro drills one the other way, but right at Mayberry. Barely had to move.
Good swing. Too bad Castro didn't get rewarded. If he continues to do that, he will.
In there on Castillo for strike. Hard on the ground to the shortstop. Flores will flip to Herrera covering second. Fowler with a leadoff homer. Tucked it into the left field corner right near the 355 sign on the foul pole. And it's now 3-1 Mets after 4.
Honda is about to do something remarkable. We've made the rear view camera a standard safety feature on every single vehicle in our 2015 lineup. Any car, any trim. Because we can all benefit from a better view of the road.
And here we go, folks.
It's your favorite hot dog bun, mustard, and overpriced watered-down beer.
Are you sure you want to eat all that? Because you already weigh more than your team's batting average.
Let's just toast to our anniversary. Oh no, it's corked.
Let's just watch the game. I tweeted all of your friends to come over, but I guess no one showed up, just like at Mobile Phone Park.
That's okay. I invited one of your friends too.
There's a long drive and it's out of here.
Give a real anniversary gift this year. Escape to the Champagne Lodge in Willowbrook, just 25 minutes southwest of Chicago.
Now playing on DirecTV Cinema.
And priceless paintings disappeared. And you would like me to find it?
Precisely.
10% of the insurance money.
Done.
Finding the world's most priceless painting will require the world's most unlikely players.
Do what it takes to bring the painting back.
You owe me a finger.
No! Interested now? Wildly interested.
Mordecai PG-13. Movie starred at Channel 125.
Welcome back. We head to the fifth. Mets lead 3-1. The Budweiser bleachers have made their debut. The enhanced bleachers have a new look and feel with additional amenities and more group spaces. Tickets are on sale now. Visit Cubs.com/bleachers to buy tickets and learn more about the new spaces and concessions as they become available over the next few months. Well, we got a group here from, what's it say?
Resurrection Preschool.
Well, it's a tough assignment to bring a bunch of preschoolers to the ballpark.
Yeah, attention span.
Yeah.
Not last 9 innings, but
make sure you have plenty of chaperones.
And cotton candy. 1-2 on Granderson.
Yeah.
It's high. We're doing a head count every 4 minutes. Where's Joey? Full count, 3-2. Dilson Herrera's on deck, then Duda. The pitch. Chopper just inside the bag to Rizzo for the out. Houston Street gets a 2-year extension worth $18 million from the Angels. So signed through 2017. Club option for the following year, 2018. We got him from the Padres last July. Inside on Herrera.
He's been dependable and durable. Deplorable. He's been a very deplorable reliever. Jonathan Papelbon has become the all-time saves leader with the Phillies. Just passed Jose Mesa with number 113 last night.
Again, the Phillies are leading the Pirates again today, 4-0 in the 8th.
He's also the Red Sox all-time save leader.
Cardinals with 2 in the 8th on a Matt Carpenter home run. They lead at Cleveland 2-1. Now in the bottom of the 9th. Nice play, Bryant. Throw to first. Late. Great effort Took him into foul territory in a strong throw, but Herrera's hustle and speed beat it out. Joe wants another look. And he will not challenge, I don't believe. Nope.
Bryant getting extended to the backhand side, and what's impressive is for a big guy how quickly he's able to get to his feet. Strong throw, but Herrera beats it for an infield knock.
Chris Bosio will come out to the mound, and Jason Mott just grabbed the ball and is ready to get loose in the Cubs bullpen.
Yeah, just the 5th inning. Wood has been mostly good today. He's gotten hurt with those long balls, of course, but the way Nice is going along, Joe Madden wants to make sure he's ready to put down any kind of an uprising here in the 5th inning. So Bosio with the visit gives Mott a little time to crank it up.
JD, how do you get to Wrigley Field?
Practice, practice, practice.
Well, the Cubs suggest the use of public transportation. Or for bike riders, use the Cubs Courtesy Bike Check, located near Clark and Addison. For drivers, the Cubs provide free parking and shuttle service on night and weekend games from 3900 North Rockwell. For details, visit Cubs.com. Duda waves at strike one.
And as a pitcher, when you get either the catcher or the pitching coach come out and you know they're doing it just to buy time to get somebody up to the bullpen, you get a little annoyed. You know, okay, let's go. We're good. Let's wrap this up and move on. I've got this.
Very bloated pitch count today for Travis Wood. Only in the 5th, and this is number 93. And fouled into the upper deck.
Yeah, and it's a byproduct of his style of pitching. I mean, he throws elevated fastballs. He gets a lot of foul balls. You know, he doesn't have a sinker, so he can't really just challenge the heart of the plate with sinkers and go, here, go ahead and hit it, put it on, put it in play. You know, when you elevate the ball and you're a fly ball type pitcher, it's tough to be as efficient as a sinker baller.
Runner holds as that ball squirted out of the glove of Castillo. It is over in Cleveland. The Cardinals came back late and edged the Indians 2-1. To go to 24-10 and drop the Indians to 12-21. Three runs in that game coming on 2 homers. Michael Brantley and then the game winner Matt Carpenter. Similar deal here. 4 homers and 4 runs.
Mets have gone back-to-back twice in this series. Duda and Flores did it on Monday. Flores' record here today has kind of been a theme going back to the Milwaukee series.
Cubs did it in game 1 too.
Yeah.
Yep. Was it Maldonado and Herrera? Is that right? There's a gapper for Duda. Herrera makes the turn. Fowler gets it back in quickly. The throw goes towards second. Duda just got in ahead of the tag by Russell. And they're at second and third.
Duda with a good swing here, leans on this one to the left center alley, cut off by Fowler. Instead of throwing the ball to the cutoff man, Castro, he takes a shot at dude at second base, and it was relatively close. If it's online, they have him.
That will be it for the starter, Travis Wood. Jason Mott coming on to face Michael Kadire. It's a Weber Sauces and Seasonings call to the pen. Why grill with anything else?
Honda is about to do something remarkable. We've made the rear-view camera a standard safety feature on every single vehicle in our 2015 lineup. Any car, any trim. Because we can all benefit from a better view of the road.
A strong business needs to be connected. Elk Grove Village is home to a community of over 3,600 companies. It's surrounded by highways. Its freight rail served. And its next-door neighbor is the world's busiest airport. So when it comes to being connected, we have options. Elk Grove Village. Makers wanted.
Someday you won't need all of this space, and you'll miss their raisins all over the place, sandy beach toys and splattered sunscreen. So enjoy the journey and the melted ice cream.
The Infiniti QX60 and the QX60 Hybrid with best-in-class combined fuel economy. Lease the all-wheel drive Infiniti QX60 for $399 a month. Visit your local Infiniti retailer.
Weber called to the pen brings on Jason Mott, and the infield will play in with runners at second and third and one out, and the Mets already leading this game 3-1.
Big opportunity for Jason Mott to come in here and shut the Mets down, prevent these runs from scoring, keep it a 2-run game.
Kadire fouls, strike one. Herrera at third, Duda at second.
Not afraid to challenge that strike zone. Very aggressive. He throws fastballs and cutters. Mid-90s heater. They've been working with him to try to get his arm angle up on top a little bit. I feel like he's been underneath the ball, pushing it a little bit. See if he's able to make that adjustment.
The seventh in Detroit. Tigers leading the Twins 8-1. They've got 14 hits today. Miguel Cabrera with his 7th home run.